back. They thought he was a guard.
Oh, there's some people smiling out there here.
Going back.
There it is. Fred Penner
To the beginning,
is here.
in the beginning.
Legendary children's entertainer.
I'm not worthy.
Oh, please.
You are so worthy.
The smiles that lit up around here when your name got put up on our guest board,
really?
we were like, Fred Penner!
Is he still alive?
That guy's still around.
I don't know if you saw our producer, Mackay, his face as he was bringing you here to sit.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's something
Oh, that's
about
very sweet. Thank you.
when you
Thank
resonate with someone's childhood. And
Yes,
we were just hearing The Cat Came Back. Is that the one that you get the most requests for?
Between that and sandwiches, yeah. Those are the number one and number two requests on my repertoire.
How do you get into the business, into the children's entertainment
Oh, golly.
business?
Well, I started performing professionally in 1972, making the decision to attempt to follow this path. I was in a band for a number of years. I met my future wife here in Toronto. She was studying dance at York University. She came to Winnipeg to further her dance career with contemporary dancers. And we started a children's dance theater company, and that led to doing shows in the school system and in public performance, and that led to, it was a godsend, an offer from a local benefactor to do an album. And he said, how much do you think it would cost? Here you go.
You're kidding.
Yeah, that was it. And $8,000 later, I made the Cat Came Back album, and then I connected with Raffi here in Toronto and toured with him for a while, and then things built. And then 1985, again, the turning point to Fred Penner's place. And 85 to 97 did almost 1,000 episodes on that box. So it's just, you know, I mean, it's been like that most of my life, where something will come along and get a hold of me and carry me for a while, and then it'll be, okay, what's next? And then that happens. And The Cat Came Back is, you may have in your notes, it has turned into a play, or a play based on The Cat Came Back that we're doing at Young People's Theatre in February, late February 24th to the middle of March.
I'll be bringing my son to that,
with
absolutely.
Jay Brazo, who played the lead role in Hairspray here in Toronto, if you saw that. So Jay and I have been, I mean, friends. He's from Winnipeg, but good pals from way back.
What's with Winnipeg and the music that you guys turn out? It's the Guess Who, Neil Young, you.
Right. I went to high school with Neil, by the way.
Did you really?
Yes, I did.
What, seriously,
was-
there's something in the water there.
Well, I think, here's my theory, if you care to accept it. We're isolated. Winnipeg is in its own little enclave there in the middle of the prairie, the gateway to the west. We are not influenced by Vancouver or by Toronto, really, or by New York or Minneapolis. We're in this little pocket. So you can develop your own world of music, and then once it's solid, then you can start spreading it out to other parts of the country.
What was Neil Young like in high school?
He was weird. He was a weird dude. He had it. The only thing I remember of Neil, because we were never really buddies. We were there. He was only at Kelvin for a year, but he would always be off in the corner, surrounded by a bevy of both young men and women who were. And Neil is just cool, moving through it. All this energy was around him. He was vibrant and really an amazing energy to observe. In grade 11, grade 12.
So when you're a children's entertainer,
Yes.
and you're raising 4 kids, how does that affect your parenting?
Well, I think it improves my interaction with the children, because I understand tolerance. I develop patience. Yeah, no, we've gone through a lot of things together, and I think I can bring the energy of a father when I'm on stage. Actually, just a couple of days ago, we were doing some school performance, and there was a little girl who started crying. And she was going, oh, somebody pulled my hair or something. And I said, what's your name? Her name was Yvonne. So I called her name. I said, Yvonne, hi, it's Fred up here. I've got a song for you. Suddenly the calm came through. And that's something that I think I learned along the way, is if you identify, because the name is one of the most pleasant sounds that to a person's ear. And you can be in a crowded party and somebody says your name, and even there's a lot of sound, you hear that coming through. So using a child's name in a situation like that just made a made the difference, and I've done that often. But so I think there's a little techniques and skills, but I'm a pretty relaxed kind of guy anyway. And
Well, it seemed like, you know, if your dad's Fred Penner, like, it's like, you can't yell at me, you're Fred Penner. Like, what do you mean punish?
I'm just Dad.
Yeah, right, you have
You
your
want me?
guitar
You're
here.
pointing to
Would
this
you
thing here.
mind?
I'll pull this thing out here. I won't slide back too far.
Right.
Yeah, there we are. As I tell kids often when I'm performing is, this is my favorite chord. It's an E minor. And I love the progression, E minor, D, C, B7. Now you've got your guitars at home here. We'll get them out. We'll play E minor, D, C, B7. And the cat came back the very next day. The cat came back. They thought he was a goner, but the cat came back. He just couldn't stay away. Meow. Now old Mr. Johnson had troubles of his own, had a yellow cat who wouldn't leave his home. He tried and he tried to give the cat away. He gave it to a man going far, far away. But the cat came back the very next day. The cat came back. They thought he was a goner, but the cat came back. He just couldn't stay away. And it goes round and round and round in multiple verses, and I throw in a little bit of Hit the Road, Jack along the way.
Oh, yeah.
You know that? Hit the road, cat, don't you come back no more. Or no time to get down, 'cause I'm moving up. No time to get down. A little bit of chaos. I mean, that's why I never tire of the song, because it continues to evolve and new directions come out. And playing at the Garrison tonight,
Right.
the cat came back. Will be there, and Richard Garvey and Inlet Sound are warming up for me. I'm going out about 10:30, so
Fantastic.
take a break. What time do you have to get up in the morning?
So relaxed.
Oh,
Yeah,
don't
it's
sleep
30,
tonight. Come
but,
on.
you know, it's so great.
Come to the Garrison
As
and
Fred
enjoy
just said, it's the
something.
Garrison on Dundas West tonight. And then you will be doing The Cat Came Back at the Lorraine Kimsa Theater for Young People, late February to early March.
Yes, indeed.
Fantastic. What a pleasure. Thank you.
Thank you.
Ladies,
Fred, can you
gentlemen.
play us out?
Oh, sure. We'll continue on this one. Well, kitty, oh kitty, you treat me so mean. The meanest kitty that I've ever seen. You're eating me out of house and home. Well, you better pack your bags and go. That's right, hit the road, cat. Don't you come back. The cat came back the very next day. The cat came back. They thought he was a goner, but the cat came back. He just couldn't stay away. You know, it's just that groove. You can just have good fun.